Imagine turning $100,000 into a monthly paycheck of over $9,400, all without lifting a finger. This isn't a dream or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a powerful dividend strategy that's backed by real data and decades of proven results. In the next few minutes, I'll break down exactly how the 50-30-20 dividend split can grow your portfolio to nearly $500,000 in just 10 years, and make your money work harder than ever before. If you want to retire earlier, replace your salary, or finally build true financial freedom, this video is your blueprint. Let's dive in. Here's everything I'll cover in this video. First, I'll break down exactly what the 50-30-20 strategy is and why it works so well for new investors. Then, I'll show you the precise calculations using a $100,000 starting investment. Next, we'll dive deep into the 10-year projections that could change your life. And finally, I'll reveal the stunning 20 and 30-year numbers that demonstrate the true power of compound growth. If you're serious about building dividend income that could eventually replace your salary, stick around because these numbers will absolutely blow your mind. So what exactly is the 50-30-20 dividend strategy? It's beautifully simple yet incredibly powerful. You split your investment into 3 buckets that work like a perfectly balanced machine. 50% goes into dividend-focused ETFs for instant diversification across hundreds of proven companies. I've identified 2 specific funds that, when combined, create something magical. 30% goes into Dividend Aristocrats, companies that have increased dividends for decades. One has paid for over 60 years straight. Another delivered 20% annual returns while maintaining reliable dividends. 20% goes into dividend growth powerhouses that combine explosive capital appreciation with rapidly increasing payments. One company has grown its dividend by over 13% annually while delivering massive stock gains. Your ETF bucket provides stability. Your aristocrat bucket gives rock-solid reliability. Your growth bucket creates wealth multiplication. Which specific investments make this work? That's exactly what I'm revealing next, and I guarantee at least one will surprise you. Let me show you exactly how this works with real numbers. We're starting with $100,000, and I'll walk you through every single calculation so you can see the math for yourself. With our 50-30-20 split, here's how your money gets allocated. The 50% foundation, your dividend ETF powerhouse. $50,000 goes into 2 dividend ETFs that couldn't be more different, yet work perfectly together. $25,000 goes into SCHD. This fund focuses on high-quality dividend payers with strong fundamentals. And $25,000 goes into VYM, which gives you exposure to the largest dividend-paying companies in America. SCHD currently yields 4.03%, while VYM yields 2.86%. This gives us a combined yield of 3.45% on this $50,000, generating $1,725 in annual dividend income from this bucket alone. The 30% aristocrat bucket, your dividend royalty, $30,000 goes into 3 companies that represent the absolute best of dividend investing. First, $10,000 into Microsoft, the tech giant that's increased its dividend for 20 consecutive years while delivering incredible growth. Next, $10,000 into Coca-Cola, the ultimate dividend aristocrat with 62 years of consecutive dividend increases. And finally, $10,000 into Lockheed Martin, the defense contractor that's been rewarding shareholders for over 2 decades. Microsoft yields 0.71%, Coca-Cola yields 2.84%, and Lockheed Martin yields 2.75%. These 3 combined give us about 2.1% on average, generating $630 annually. The 20% growth accelerator, your wealth multipliers. And here's where it gets really exciting. $20,000 goes into 2 companies that most people think of as just growth stocks, but they're actually dividend growth machines. $10,000 goes into Apple. Yes, the iPhone maker pays dividends and has been growing them consistently. And $10,000 into Broadcom, the semiconductor powerhouse that's been increasing its dividend at an incredible pace. Apple yields 0.52% and Broadcom yields 0.96%. While these have lower current yields at about 0.74% combined, they make up for it with incredible dividend growth potential and explosive capital appreciation. When you combine all these holdings, your portfolio generates a blended dividend yield of 2.50%. That means your $100,000 investment immediately starts producing $2,500 in annual dividend income, or about $208 every single month. But here's where it gets interesting. And this is something most investors completely miss. While $208 per month might not seem life-changing today, you're not just earning dividends. Microsoft has grown its dividends at 10.22% annually over the past 3 years, Broadcom at an incredible 13.22%, and SCHD has delivered 12.24% annual returns over the past 5 years. Based on historical performance data from these specific investments, we can project an average annual return of approximately 13.55%. This includes both dividend income and capital appreciation from companies like SCHD with its 10.56% 10-year track record, and VYM with its 9.73% 10-year performance. Now let me show you where the real magic happens. After 10 years of compound growth, your $100,000 investment transforms into something truly remarkable. Here's how I calculate this. Using our projected 13.55% annual return, your portfolio value after 10 years would be approximately $356,346. That's more than tripling your initial investment. But wait, there's more. Remember, we're not just talking about capital appreciation. Your dividend income grows right along with your portfolio value. After 10 years, your annual dividend income would be approximately $8,909, which breaks down to about $742 every single month. Think about that for a moment. You go from earning $208 per month to $742 per month. That's more than a 250% increase in your monthly passive income. And this is just from a single $100,000 investment with no additional contributions. Now, I want to be completely transparent about these calculations. The 13.55% return assumption is based on historical data from SCHD's 10.56% 10-year track record, VYM's 9.73% 10-year performance, Microsoft's incredible 21.03% 10-year CAGR, Apple's 20.74% 10-year CAGR, and Broadcom's explosive growth potential. Markets go up and down, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. However, this type of diversified dividend strategy has historically been one of the most reliable ways to build wealth over time. Here's what makes this particularly powerful. As companies like Microsoft grow their earnings, they typically increase their dividend payments. Microsoft has increased its dividend for 20 consecutive years, Coca-Cola for an incredible 62 years, and Lockheed Martin for 22 years. So while we're using current dividend yields for our calculations, the actual dividend income you receive will likely be much higher as these companies continue to grow their payments. And here's something that'll really get you excited. By year 10, you're earning almost $9,000 annually in dividends alone. That's nearly 9% of your original $100,000 investment being paid to you every single year, while your principal has grown to over $356,000. If you think the 10-year numbers are impressive, wait until you see what happens over 20 years. This is where compound growth really starts to flex its muscles. After 20 years, your $100,000 investment would grow to approximately $1,269,822. Yes, you read that correctly. Nearly $1.3 million from a single $100,000 investment. Your annual dividend income at this point would be approximately $31,746, which translates to $2,645 every single month. Now we're talking about serious passive income that could cover most people's living expenses. But here's what I find most exciting about the 20-year mark. You've reached what I call the dividend snowball effect. At this point, your annual dividend income alone, $31,746, is nearly one-third of your original investment. It's like getting a brand new $30,000+ bonus every year, just for owning great companies. And remember, this assumes you never added another penny after your initial $100,000 investment. Imagine if you contributed even $500 per month along the way. The numbers become absolutely astronomical. This is why I'm so passionate about dividend investing. It's not just about the stock prices going up, though that's certainly nice. It's about building a machine that pays you increasing amounts of money year after year, regardless of what the market does on any given day. Starting at number 3, and if you think what I've shown you so far is impressive, you're going to love what comes next. The 30-year projections are where this strategy truly shows its wealth-building power. Here's where this strategy transforms from impressive to absolutely life-changing. After 30 years, your $100,000 investment would grow to approximately $4,524,954. That's right, over $4.5 million from a single six-figure investment. But the portfolio value is just the beginning. Your annual dividend income at this point would be approximately $113,124, which breaks down to $9,427 every single month. Let me put this in perspective. You'd be earning more than $113,000 per year in dividend income alone. That's more than the median household income in America, and it's coming to you whether you work or not. This is what true financial freedom looks like. Now, I know what you're thinking. These numbers seem too good to be true. And I understand that skepticism. But here's the thing. These projections are based on the historical performance of diversified dividend portfolios over multiple decades. The companies that typically make up this type of strategy, think established dividend payers and growth companies, have a long track record of rewarding long-term shareholders. They increase their dividends regularly, they reinvest in their businesses to drive growth, and they compound wealth over time. Of course, there will be ups and downs along the way. Some years your portfolio might be down 10% or 20%, other years it might be up 30% or 40%. But over long periods, quality companies with strong dividend policies have historically been wealth builders. The key insight here is that you're not just betting on stock prices going up, you're investing in businesses that generate cash flow and return that cash to shareholders through dividends. Even if stock prices stay flat for a few years, these companies are still paying you dividend income that grows over time. The 50-30-20 dividend strategy isn't just an investment approach. It's a blueprint for financial independence. Starting with $100,000 today, you could build a portfolio that generates over $9,400 in monthly passive income within 30 years. The key is understanding that this strategy works because it combines the stability of dividend ETFs, the reliability of established dividend stocks, and the growth potential of tomorrow's market leaders. It's diversified, it's proven, and it's designed to compound wealth over time. And if you're serious about building passive income that could eventually replace your salary, do yourself a favor and subscribe to this channel. I share strategies like this every week that could transform your financial future. Remember, the best time to start building dividend income was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. What step will you take today to begin your journey toward financial freedom?